so bright, not a day like this I've seen. Wanna know who's in control of the way that I'm feeling? It can't be me. But I can tell, yeah, I can tell that you thought of me. You know I can't complain. I can tell that you're running away. Tell me what else should I do for you to call my name and tell me you're not the same. Guessing how much can you take just before I go? So before we say goodbye, could we just enjoy tonight? Don't know why I hope these moments always stay. I'll give you 27 reasons. Tried to call your name, you tell me you're not the same. Guessing how much can you take just before I go? Now I'm in over my head, never see these days again. Don't know why I hope these moments always stay. You gave me 27 reasons.
Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun, but we're not going to be writing a game today. Instead, I'm going to kind of just meander and talk about stuff. As you can tell by the title of this stream, this is called Meandering Thoughts on One D&D. What is One D&D, as I have the logo pulled up here? Well, not too long ago, Wizards of the Coast announced new D&D. New. I usually don't cover D&D stuff on here because it's too popular and I don't give a shit. However, this is a big enough thing that I kind of want to talk about it because I find it fascinating. I find it very interesting to talk about because it's something that's been on my mind for a while now. But let's start from the top. One D&D was announced, and it was a plethora of changes to D&D 5th edition. And they announced quite a few different things with One D&D, including the fact that there will be no more editions. This will be the one true D&D, you could say. And it's going to be, well, we have a reliable framework with 5th edition, we don't feel like changing anything, yada yada yada. The big idea mostly with One D&D boils down to Wizards of the Coast trying their best to make a new platform, you could say. Instead of it being Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, it's One D&D. Instead of Dungeons & Dragons 6th edition, it's One D&D. That there's going to be no more editions, necessarily. There is going to be just iterations upon One D&D. That being kind of the modus operandi, you could say. This is obviously strange, because it's been about, let's think about this, it came out, it's been about 8 years since we've had 5th edition. 8 years of this. Yeah, late night autism, definitely. Yeah. As Solid points out, BS Windows 10 said it would be the last. Yeah. I have a strange feeling that Wizards is saying this. It's similar to say how 5th edition was going to be the last edition. It was similar to how 4th edition was going to be the last edition. But here we are, now, as One D&D. This multitude of changes. I have the document open right here of all the changes that are actually here, and we're going to kind of go over them. This is about 20 pages worth of stuff. No game or anything tonight because it's interesting to just talking about it. I find it fascinating, but like there's a handful of different ideas on. Even kind of looking here, you can kind of see there's been some interesting ideas. Notably, just like we're just dropping additions entirely, developing VT2 tools. I'll get to that in a second. Where was the one? It's, brings huge changes to 5th edition rules under the One D&D initiative. This is, people have been calling it some kind of a few different things at the end of the day. We can kind of see here One D&D. Here's the playtest document. Here's all the interesting things. Let's see, is this just the... This is just the character origins. This is just this particular one right here. I already have it. But... yeah, this is coming after a lot of different things. Mostly because not too long ago, Wizards of the Coast acquired D&D Beyond, which was a thing run by Fandom, which was a one-stop shop for all your D&D stuff. Here's all the books, here's all your options, and it was effectively a free option that allowed you to manage all your D&D supplies. They acquired it, and it's now a subscription-based model, which is everything that you could physically want for D&D at once, which is a smart move. I'm going to say this, from a sheer business perspective, Wizards of the Coast acquiring something like D&D Beyond was the correct option. However, I believe they went a little bit hardcore. You kind of even see right here, new options. Yeah, so, all you can see is it's like, oh, we're in the playtesting phase, is the new edition that will usher a next generation of D&D with new and more comprehensive versions of the core book that millions of players have enjoyed for the past decade. Rules to be backwards compatible with 5th edition. We've already determined that this is incorrect because of a few little niggles in the playtest document, but evolution of 5th edition has shown us that it's less important to create new editions of the game and more important to grow and expand the game you love with each new product. This is an interesting little line that I thought, and it was like very tactical line. Effectively, they say, this is something I've been dreading for a while. I've talked about it in other streams, but feeling it here, it's a little bit more official. I believe that there's going to be a convergence point. That convergence point will be in 2024 when this game officially comes out. Oh, Jesus. It's 2024 is what's effectively going to happen is that this edition, 1 D&D, or 5.5, or even what you call it, 6th edition, this is, how do I want to word this nicely? Two things are going to, actually, I would say 3 things are going to happen. Option A, people accept it. People get down on their knees and bow to our new god. And everybody is happy with it because that's what you're supposed to do. It's the new edition. Everybody clap. And we're supposed to clap. We're supposed to clap at the new thing. We're supposed to enjoy the new thing because the new thing is the new thing. And that's the unfortunate part, isn't it? Isn't that the really unfortunate bit? Is that everyone just accepts it. And we are fucked. Because of a few things I'll talk about in a minute. Option B is they don't accept it and we issue another fracture. Similar to the late 90s as well as about 2008-ish, we issue a fracture. 4th edition did not do well, and there was this period of time when 2nd edition was kind of showing its age versus 3rd, and 3rd edition hadn't come out yet. We issue another that. That was a time when games could really actually show up and do something more important. The big man on campus has, how do I want to word this? The big man on campus is brought low. A new one can rise. Will it? Well, last 2 times it's happened, no one did. However, it's a chance here, because I think everyone also kind of sees that option C is they get away with it completely. And I was like, well, what I mean by getting away with it completely is like worse A, is that people not only get down on their knees, they want more of it. Because like one of the big things that they want to do with D&D is shift it to more of an online platform. You got to buy the minis to get special minis on their VTT. You want to get the books, you got to buy the physical books to get the books on the VTT. You want to get all these things, you got to buy it on D&D Beyond, or you got to buy it on their site, which is them making a dedicated push toward more of like the VTT angle, which I think is due for 2 reasons. I think like the big thing when it comes to like digital content in general is you can do the it's kind of the idea that, oh god, which you can do, one, you can do constant updates, which is D&D, D&D, PDF has, up there, you open up the PDF, even though they're not going to be PDFs. They're going to be like their own little weird web page things, as been proven before. But it's going to be that, and if there's a rule clarification, it changes immediately. Or if there's a little nope, it's changed immediately. Which is effectively meaning there's never going to be, 5th edition, like 5th edition will never be there anymore. It's going to be One D&D X edition, which is never going to not be like a dedicated point, if that makes sense. Yeah, constant updates means TTRPG season passes will be real, which we'll get to that in a second. Which is, it's kind of the idea that like you can't say I want to go back to 5th edition, I want to go back to 3rd edition. If I want to go back to 4th edition right now, I can find the 4th edition books and I can download them and or buy them, yes, buy them, and I can use them. They're right there. They've been written, they're done. I've seen 4th edition books. I've held them in my hand. I've penned through them. They're there. They're physical. What this means in this kind of push toward constant updates is that you're never going to actually have a solid, how do I want to word this? You're never going to have a solid edition anymore. Well, I like this rule from this, but this was the 20s, it was the, fucking December 2024 edition, but it got updated it was like, we got to do this again. It's like, oh, well, I want to reference the January 2025 version, but I have to like go to like the Wayback Machine and hope, or maybe somebody archived it. That's what's going to happen because that's what they want to do. They want to constantly update things. So 2 is, as people have been kind of talking about in chat already, is monetization. I use the term monetization and not like, haha, battle pass, haha, season pass. No, I'm saying monetization because this is what this is. Because what they're going to do is, let's say I want to run the Lost Mines of Palivor. Fendelver, or whatever, Fendelver. You're going to have to buy that module. Okay? We're going to have to, I want to use these minis. Got to buy the minis. Okay, I want to get some new stuff. Constantly drip that to me. Here's a season pass. If you subscribe to it, or a subscription service, which is the idea of like you subscribe to this thing and you're going to get a constant little trickle of goods. Monetization is a big deal with this, which is something I've been kind of talking about, which is the industry needs to adapt to changing times. Fun fact, everybody, if that's a PDF, I could probably get a hold of it. I can, we could put in an appeal and our local librarian may be able to find it for us. If I want to look at D&D 5th edition right now, I'm going to be able to find it. Notepad, you think with all this multimedia stuff and subscription stuff, they either got fat purses or get sunk by losses? I don't know. It's a gamble. A real big fucking gamble, depending on how they plan on doing it. which, Unearthed Arcana's Archaeologist pass, get Unearthed Arcana a week ahead of everyone. Yeah, it's things like that. It's subscribe to the Archaeologist, bundle, and you'll get the Unearthed Arcana, the web page earlier than everybody else. And then you can supply feedback quicker. You can do this faster. Or, hey, everybody, it's this time. It's a subscription model. For if you subscribe once a month, you get a bunch of new VTT assets. You get a bunch of new maps. You get a bunch of new things. You get exclusive look at the brand new adventure modules coming out. Oh, that sounds so much fun. It's just like, log your campaigns and shit like that. It's an incentive. It's a monetization scheme. It's not, I don't think they're going to bring out loot boxes. I don't think they're going to have you, nickel and dime you for fucking microtransactions for the privilege of taking a poo, but take my socks off. But I believe that's a big factor of this, that it's a monetization. And I think the third big one is the idea of research. Now, what do I mean by research? The only true industry report we have in the industry, really, is the OR report, the ORR report from Roll20, which has its issues, notably that it's the OR report and goes strictly through Roll20, and sometimes people don't log things correctly, being like, oh yeah, we're playing Call of Cthulhu, but they are not playing Call of Cthulhu, or something like that. So the numbers can get a little bit skewed. You have to rely on people being honest, which is sometimes complicated, and sometimes people don't use Roll20. However, D&D, and this kind of reminds me this was making the rounds again. It's been forever, but I don't know why it was making the rounds again. This was making the rounds again, and this kind of gives me it's interesting to talk about. This is Baldurs Gate 3. It's published by Larian, and they actually made a big thing saying they are very disappointed in fans of just making the most popular character being a human male fighter, a white human male fighter. That was the most default class physically possible. That's what everyone made. They gave you all these options and you chose to play with that, and they were disappointed in you. They give you all of these options, you're wrong. Now, isn't there like 20 VTT? Yes, there is. However, if you have your own, you can restrict everybody else's. It's one of those things, you look at it, it's like, interesting, as one point pointed out, and be like, nobody's calling you out that you were like looking through people's save files. Or, it's just like you were like clearly logging information like this. I believe that's going to play a part in it as well, for like research purposes. And with the idea of research being, Wizards of the Coast can tell, okay, we know for certain of the 50,000 registered users of our platform, 2,000 of them played humans, 4,000 of them played tieflings, and they can very clearly see that kind of breakdown of information. Because what's going to happen within that information is that if you get lots of information, you can have data analytic points. We determined over the course of 1 year of D&D, One D&D VTT experience, we determined that players play for on average 4-hour sessions. We play for, on average, they're going to have 3 party members, and they usually get up to level 5 or level 6. Therefore, we need to build content around that for monetization's sake. How do we reduce time? How do we create an adventure that can be played in 4 hours? How do we create something to add more options for people to do things with? They like playing humans. Maybe we add variant humans, that we can sell better humans or interesting humans rather than anything else. Again, it's purely built into that monetization scheme, which is important, and they would have sole control over that information. Which is insane, by the way. I don't think people quite realize how powerful that is. We have complete information control over our own analytics. And if only certain people adopt it, that means only certain pieces of information are getting through. And that means they're going to start accommodating very certain things. So you don't want to be misrepresented, do you? Well, you have to subscribe. You have to join in there if you want your voice to be heard. You'll take the survey, right? Come on, take the survey. It's so much fun. Interesting, isn't it? Malicious, not necessarily malicious. That's the thing. I do not believe there is a hint of malice in this. I think that's one big thing to kind of remember. There is not a single hint of malice in this. Because malice would imply they care, if that makes sense. I believe that that's a good way of thinking about it. You make the brave implication that they give a shit. They already have subscriptions. Beyond the play. Explore plans. Unlimited characters. Publicly share homebrew content. Monthly subscriber perks. Create unlimited. Yeah, no, it's like, it's already here. Everything is already here. They have it. That's an anime profile picture, don't you? Little shit. Yeah, early access to game tools. Oh, it's genius. And I wonder, I'm genuinely curious how many people have actually subscribed. Let's do a little bit. Let's do a little bit D&D Beyond subscription. Subscription numbers. 10,000 subscribers. Yeah, 10,000 subscribers as of... No, that's as of 2017. Let's see. Yeah, like there is... most likely there's I would say a couple thousand, a couple 100,000. A lot of people have probably subscribed to this and are paying $3 a month. Are creating $6 a month to do this, which is weird. So that's weird. To pay plebs since democracy is dead and your opinion doesn't matter. It's great. It's to try not playing D&D. Yeah, but again, there's a reason it's the big man on campus. Unfortunately for everybody involved. Unfortunately, it is... Yeah. Now, interestingly enough,
finding in the game. Yeah, and as I mentioned in the podcast that went live today, we're also experimenting with how complex we want to make the game, and so we right now are sort of pushing to the limit of complexity, and in many ways are really testing the advanced version of the game.
The advanced version of the game. Am I saying, and I say this in the nicest way possible, did they already have this planned? Maybe. Am I saying strictly that they had it planned? Am I saying they have it like strictly planned? Am I saying like this is the big thing? But no, I don't believe so. I think this was I don't believe there is a hint of malice in this. I don't believe there is a hint of vile intent. That's the big thing. I don't think there's a hint of vile intent. And I say that with one very distinct reason. Hasbro want their fucking money. Hasbro rocks up every fucking month going, hey bitch, where's my fucking money? And then D&D on Wizards like, oh, well, here's all the magic money. Where's my fucking money? Here's all the magic. Where's my fucking money? That's what it is. D&D, here's the thing, D&D is not printing money. Magic prints the money. Magic's always printed the money. That's always been the wizard's bread. What the fuck was that? Fuck fauna. Jesus. Like, it's one of those things where it's just, that's the, where's my fucking money? And I think it's Hasbro wanting to get more out of it. I believe it's Wizards of the Coast wanting to get more out of it because they damn well know you're gonna pay. You're gonna buy it because little pay pigs love it. Come on, you know you want it. You want it. That's what you want. Wanted baby's first D&D to get as many people on board and drag them along. But here's the weird thing. Here's the weird thing. I've been keeping my ear to the ground. And one thing that I've noticed is that there is a divide. There's a pretty heavy divide. And I'd say it's down, actually, I'd say it's down three areas. I'd say it's down 3 alleys. It's one of those things, like, I believe there are what I would like to call the, kind of the D&D, the D&D quote nerds. D&D, I love D&D. I love Critical Role. Yeah, I could roll the dice. 20, woo! Kind of that kind of people. The natty 20 D&D nerds who talk about it on their Twitter, how much they love D&D, even though if you actually question them on anything deeper mechanically speaking, then, hey, I like tieflings. They're like, I like tieflings and I get to roll the dice sometimes. These guys are kind of on board. These guys are kind of on board for 5.5. A lot. Yeah, I'm going to call it 5.5 because that's kind of what they're saying it is. Those guys are a lot more on board because it's the new thing. It's the new thing, and everybody likes the new thing. And some of these guys, I can guarantee you, some of these guys are not looking at not looking at One D&D as. Yeah, it's like they're not looking at D&D as, hey, this is a cool new game I want to play with my friends. It's, can I do an actual play podcast of this first and somehow get, surpass people? Can I get some of that Critical Role money? There are professional actual players, which boggles my mind. That's like, what? That's weird. That's weird, man. That ain't how it works. Nah, brother. No. Fuck that. That's weird to me. That's really weird. Yeah, no, these guys are kind of on board. Then we have, the 5e apologists. They are mixed. These are the guys who have hitched their wagon to 5e. We've made 5e content. We make advanced D, and it's the 6e guys. It's how do I want to do this? I can tell you who's about to fucking kill themselves. Like, it's the D&D advanced D&D. Yeah, level up 5e. These guys are literally on suicide watch right now. All of these guys are on suicide watch because Wizards of the Coast effectively made all of their books fucking useless. They have invalidated their books to a degree. It's like, I think some people like these are like more willing to, aren't as willing to bend because they've hitched their wagon to 5th edition. They've sworn up and down. They are in it. They have to be in it because this is what they have. Because you can't change everything now. We're too deep, man. We're too deep. Like, you're not going to change it tomorrow. That's not how it works. And there's a few other versions of this, of just D&D 5th edition products, and you've seen quite a few of these. you know, and you've seen this a few, you know, in a few different places before, and I point them out a lot on Kickstarter, but there's a lot of games out there that have sworn themselves to the 5th edition rule set. Now, One D&D is coming along. Oh man, what this is going to possibly do is cripple that kind of side industry, that side hustle a lot of people do of, oh, well, here's my sci-fi 5e, here's my modern 5e. Bitch, your rules are invalidated. It's gone. Like, it's just begone. Like, it's just gone. Also, natty ones are also auto fails. Yeah, it's like, oh fuck. Yeah, these guys are like, either like we're in it because we have to be in it because that's what we've said. That's the thing. Like, we're in it too deep. That's kind of the idea. Like, we have to go with the new version of D&D because that's what we've kind of put our, you know, our eggs in the basket. And then we have, you know, what I like to call the D&D players. These are the guys who play D&D. They're also very mixed. I see some people, but they're like mixed favoring no. Like, these are the kind of guys I've seen like most being like, man, these mechanics fucking suck. Or like, man, this looks terrible. Like, people are like very clearly not a fan of it among this group right here. The guys who kind of play the game more, who kind of like understand, like, yeah, barbarians ain't good. Like, you know, like, hey, rangers got some problems still. Who kind of can understand those deeper mechanics and are more willing to kind of go a little bit nuts. These two groups somewhat intersect with each other. What about 5e YouTubers, D&D nerds? Half of them are gonna, you want to get on there, you want to get the first coverage. That's how. Yeah, like, you want to get the new coverage out. That's brand new content. Come on. There's going to be for fuck's sake, I'm doing a video on it right now. Actually, yeah. It's like Critical Role, for example. Critical Role, when 2024 rolls around, they're going to end their campaign. They might do a few sub-campaigns, and then it's going to be a big thing when it first drops. They're probably going to get an early version of it. And they're going to play Critical Role, and it's going to be the new One D&D rule set. They're going to have the logos, they're going to have everything. It's going to look brilliant. Gotta update all the build guides, gotta update all the, oh, it's free content, baby. That's milking that content, baby. But yeah, like, these are the 3 main groups, and, you know, it's one thing I've been hearing a lot is like the OSR guys are being like really weird about it, being like, oh, look at OSR, give me the OSR. Like, no, that ain't how it's gonna go. And there's people even now being like, 5e is OSR. I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, sweet Jesus, Mother of God. You didn't come here to just listen to me wax philosophically. Here is the full playtest. As stated before, this is 21 pages, actually larger than most of the other Unearthed Arcanas. I used to collect all of these because I was just fascinated by them. Then I stopped because I wanted to have fun with life. But yeah, this document is first in series Unearthed Arcana articles that present material designed for Player's Handbook coming in 2024. If it's very, yeah, it's a lot of, they want to very much, they've already kind of data mined some aspect, is that there's going to be the anniversary edition, there's going to be the One D&D edition, and like, this is going to be like there's a lot of things that they're going to sell it as, and I believe Target has exclusive rights to it. I believe Target does, not Walmart this time around. Which is just a cursed fucking thing to say, by the way. Let me get that right. You gotta go to fucking Target to get the new edition of, yeah. It's gonna be great. So, character races, character background, starting languages, feats, and then the basic rules glossary. Yeah, races are the one that got the most changed in this, and this is from a very long series of issues. You know, this is playtest material, and mind you, all this is bullshit and subject to change. You gotta kind of remember that. Yeah, more or less powerful in its final form, determining your origin. So this is the big thing. After choosing your character's class, it's time to consider your character's origin. Interesting they actually say character's class. Usually I go first. I like choose what my character is. Like I want to play an elf and then I choose what I want to do. But I don't play elves because I actually I'm a human being. I thought Target was dead. No, Target's still around. Target's doing pretty alright. They found a niche. So we have a race, a background, and a language. A race represents ancestry and confers game traits to characters. Characters' backgrounds, a collection of characteristics that represent place and occupation that were most formative to the character. So, creature origin overview. Creature type, size, speed. Okay, lifespan, special traits, background traits. Yeah, skill proficiencies, tool proficiencies, language, feats, and equipment. Okay. So, actually, let's... This is the one everyone got, like... Everyone got miffed about this section. Race back. You choose a language characters knows, in addition to the common tongue or whatever language you gain from your background you chose. So, when you choose your character's race, you determine your character is a member of a human race or fantastical race. This document provides description rules for the following race options. Human, Ardlings, yes, Ardlings, Dragonborn, Dwarf, Elf, Gnome, Halfling, Orc, and Tiefling. You know, the basic genders of mankind. Human, furry, scaly, manlet, elf, gnome, halflet, manlet to orc, and furry. I love them. They're great. I love all of them. Ardlings need exterminated. Ardlings are hilarious. I love Ardlings already. We'll get the Ardlings. They're funny. They're funny. So, let's see. This was the section people got really pissed off about. Magical working. Humanoids of different kinds sometimes have children together. Folk who have human parent and an orc or elf parent are particularly common. Because that's what they did. They actually removed half-elves and half-orcs. Those are not base characters anymore. You cannot play necessarily a half-orc or half-elf. You have to select, I want to play a human with an elf parent to make me a half-elf. Choose two race options that are humanoid represent your parents, then determine those race options provides your game's traits. Which provides options, which of those race options provides your game traits, size, speed, and special traits. Characteristics. For example, if your character has a halfling and gnome parent, you might choose halfling for your game traits, then inside your character is pointed ears of that characteristic of a gnome. So pretty much, your half-elf is going to end up being human or an elf. And then you just say they're a half-elf. That's funny. I think that's funny. Nope, that is greedy and angry man. Greedy manlet, lazy manlet. Yeah, so to play as you need 5e content from which I'm seeing is Gulby Jank. Yeah, so you have our basic humans. We all like humans. So diverse in appearance as people of Earth, but they have many gods. But one earliest known human gathering said to have occurred in Sigil, the Taurus-shaped city at the center of the multiverse and place where Common Tongue was born. From there, humans could have spread to every corner of the multiverse, bringing Sigil's cosmopolitanism with them. Yes, humans are originally from Sigil now. Yeah, Sigil's back. Hey everybody, we really want to encourage the Radiant Citadel. Now Sigil. So we've got our basics, basic abilities, and we have these special traits. You gain inspiration. Oh Jesus, inspiration after you finish a long rest. Because yes, I forgot. Fucking inspiration's now a meta currency. Everybody. Yeah, inspiration in 5e I thought was kind of fun. Like it was a little gimme. It was the, hey, you know what? You did really good. I thought that was funny what you did there. Have an inspiration. You get a little bonus from it. Now inspiration is a farmable resource. You gain proficiency in one skill of your choice, and a skilled feat or another first level feat of your choice. Humans of many worlds, humans migrate elements of their culture with them, giving rise to diverse settlements. Very important. Everyone is there. Ardlings. The Ardlining. Okay, we got are supernal beings who are either born in the upper planes or have one or more ancestors who originated there. Their bright souls shine with the light of immortal beings. Ardling has a head resembling that of an animal, typically one with virtuous associations. Depending on the animal, the Ardling might have soft fur, downy feathers, or supple bare skin. Measure of magical power. Ardling's moral and ethical outlook is self-determined, however, not fixed by ancestry. Exalted. Heavenly. Idyllic. Also, Ardly, that should be capitalized. So, humans 30 feet, 200 on average. They actually get fucking flight at level 1, which is weird. You know, it's... Yeah, fly up to a number of feet equal to your speed. So they effectively get 30 feet flight at level 1. Luckily, it's not permanent flight. It's only like a single action flight. But that's still pretty fucking good. Like... What do you mean? What do you mean they forgot to... Oh god, only lasts for a day. Yeah, I get it. Does inspiration just last for a day? That's hilarious. That's even funnier. But yeah, no, it's let's see. Yeah, we have cat, eagle, goat, mule, thaumaturgy. They get basic spells too? Fuck me. Thaumaturgy, light, guidance. Like damn, light first level? Shit. Thaumaturgy is usually pretty good. Like, I can tell you this right now. Rogues, fighters, most likely mages because guidance, and clerics. Though honestly, clerics should also go up here. That's what people are going to pick. I don't see idyllic being as useful just because you get these things a little bit later than you should. Yeah, you got a basic celestial level, legacy, damage resistance to radiant damage. Jesus Christmas Christ. You cast with the is your spellcasting ability for the spells you cast with the trait. Okay. Choose the ability when you select the legacy. So you're just going to pick whatever your highest is. Wow. All right. So, this is what Ardlings are. No, those are Darklings. Those are Darklings. Those aren't are fun things. They're from One D&D. Yeah, here are Ardlings, as you can kind of see here. They are like animal like. I think this is also a fairly accurate representation of new D&D. They are like an animal-based entity that they're all about to be like. They just have the head of an animal and a body of a regular human being. Ta-da! There are your brand new Ardlings. They are angelic creatures. They are nice and great, and we all love them, and you're supposed to like them. However, Azamir, my beloved. Yeah, they kind of just replaced Azamir, which is weird. I don't know why. No, Pat, have you ever seen good meta currency? Depends. Like, I've seen a few. I can't name them off the top of my head. No, but I know they're there. They've got the list that you can stack to infinity or playing mythology. You got 2-point divine parents and 1 mortal shit. Let's see. Deities are insufferable, not the whole epic wholesome furries. Yeah, Ardlings are a Pixiv race. IRC, the attack is Therianthrope. Yeah, Therianthropes. Gotta dox some motherfucking bring curse upon our land. Ardling versus Azmir are like biblically accurate angel memes. Meme was killed. Yeah, now, interesting note about this is by sheer technicality, nothing is saying I can't merge an Ardling and a human, just to say that I am a regular human with like cat ears. Do you know how many fucking people are gonna play cat girls now. Cat girls are not only accepted, cat girls are going to be common. Like, I want, like, let's just get cat girl D&D. You see this? You fucking see this shit? This is canon now. This is just an Ardling and a human. Just take your fucking pick. You just say you have cat ears. It's great. It's canon. Nothing can stop you now from playing your cat girl waifu. Oh my god, it's great. It's like that guy who commissioned porn of his Kitsune character. Look everyone, I love D&D now. It's great. Yeah, that's those are Ardlings. There's a few debates what's going on with these, with Ardlings in general. This is fan art, mind you. You gotta remember, this is fan art, but this is kind of the closest thing we have. We don't have any official art for it. But I have a strange belief, I have a strange idea that there was a push probably to not have Azamir, or to use the Azamir template that was already present and changed it into something more palatable. Because you gotta remember this, they've taken away 2 races and actually haven't added any. What a metacurrency? Metacurrency are things like fate points. It's usually it's a point, it's something that's not physically in game or in world or whatever. It's just a luck point. It's a thing, or it's a bonus. That's really all it was. Half heritage means I can play a cat boy. Yeah, and you'll live longer than all your human friends too. Yeah. Now, okay, maybe this is big. Here's the odd thing. I think the inclusion of Ardlings was not, you know what would be really cool, guys? I think adding this race would bring a little bit more culture into our world, allowing us to have a little bit more. No! It was because they removed half elves and half orcs. That is, they removed 2 races effectively, and they managed to replace one with just orc PNG. However, it's like you still have to fill in the gap where half elves would normally be, and half elves are now being replaced by Ardlings. Think about it more like that an Ardling is half elf. That's all it is. Now it's that's all the Ardling is. If you again do not look at One D&D being like, this is malicious. This is them trying to institute the woke message. No, it's like, this is like, fuck, we removed a race, what do? We can't put Azamir in there. We don't have any Azamir. No one's gonna play those. Furries. We need to add the furries, please. Oh god, as Mike Merles is in the corner, being sedated by the security guards at Hasbro, as the Hasbro executive has his 9mm pointed at the fucking head of the intern. Be like, we'll add the furries. I swear, please. Don't shoot. Bang. Yeah, that's how I'm picturing how it went. Yeah, it's there's no grace here. Let's just say that there's no reason. Dragonborn. I've never, like, people shit on Dragonborn like they're scalies. They're the scaly. I never really got like too offended by Dragonborn. I thought they looked kind of neat. They were in 40. I thought they were like, yeah, this is kind of cool. Like, yeah, they kind of have a point. You can always make them kind of mysterious. That, and it was and you can just LARP as the Draken from Endless Legend. I mean, that's what I'd love. Honestly, that's what I'd do. Just LARP as a Draken. Exhale. I always thought they were kind of fun. Nothing too exciting. Type of dragon, yeah, pretty standard here. It looks like they did make a change to long rest pretty actively. Dark vision. Wait a second, I gotta check something. Interestingly enough, Ardlings don't have dark vision. Huh, weird. Language of Dragons, Dragons, yeah, these guys didn't really get anything fun. Like, Dragonborn have always been consistent. They're fine. There's nothing wrong with the Dragonborn. Like, they just kind of do their thing. I'm like, cool. Oh, Jeremy Crawford with Christopher Perkins and Ray Winiger. Ray Winiger. Winger. Ray Winiger. Tell me more about Ray Winiger. What have you been doing? Dungeon Craft. And he did a game nobody's heard about. Became executive producer, Dungeons and Dragons, replacing Mike Merle. This is Mike Merle's replacement, by the way. Senior platform strategist at... Wait. When he later became a senior platform strategist at Microsoft? The fuck? It's kind of weird. Yeah, like, has any of you heard of Golem Arcana? I remember this. Yeah, this was like a weird thing that nobody... It was kind of weird. Nobody really liked that game. Like... Okay. Interesting. Let's do... I want to do a look. Jeremy Crawford, Christopher Perkins. Hello, Mr. Perkins. Mr. Perkins. Oh, there's Perkins. Hey, Mr. Perkins, how are you? A D&D unicorn. There's a teeny weeny named Milo. He likes Ukraine. Slava Ukraine, everybody. He probably didn't know where Ukraine was. Yeah, so this is him. This is what he does. Yeah, he's a dude. He's a dude who does things. Yep. Yeah, no fairies. So no dark vision. Yeah, no dark vision. Yeah, so... Yeah, okay, that's kind of interesting. So yeah, Dragonborn, Dwarf. Everyone likes Dwarf. What does Dwarf do? Dwarven resilience. Your hit points increase. Forge wise. Your divine creator gives you uncanny ability to work with stone or metal. Need tool proficiency with 2 of the following options. Stone gunning. Dark vision. God help us all if you don't have dark vision. Resistance to poison. Dwarf toughness. Dwarves of many worlds. Like, here's the beautiful thing about dwarves is technically you can become a dwarfer if you want to. Let's do a little bit of Japanese goblin, like Japanese dwarf manga. Actually, yeah, okay, there we go. So here's the Japanese dwarf. You know, the traditional Japanese were like, I believe one was like a cat or something. No, that's a Japanese dwarf. Everyone look at the cat dwarf. It's hilarious. It's funny. Everybody was talking about this one very particular game or something with a dwarf in it, and it was effectively like, it was ridiculous looking because it was a cat girl, effectively. You know exactly the thing I'm talking about, too. But it was effectively a cat girl. Everyone's like, it's time. It's time to play my ideal. Yeah, so you can play a cat. You can play your cat girl forge. You'll forge waifu, I guess. Actually, technically you can play that one girl from yeah, give me 1 second. I gotta bring her up. However, there's some behemoth reincarnation. S-rank monster no behemoth. S-rank monster no behemoth Takedo Neko to Machigawara era Fumasume no Kishi pet Toshikara Masu. otherwise known as Big Titty Elf. What was her fucking? Never remember her goddamn name. Where are you? Yeah, I think I just probably blew out someone's eardrums talking about that. Where are you? What's your fucking name? Again, I can't show this, really. Because literally it's 90% tits. That's what its 90% is. Is just monsterly large. It's actually impressive. Let's see. Where are you? What's your fucking name? Vulcan, that's her name. Vulcan. Because she had a stupid name and not a single human being ever reads it for that. They read it for the big... Okay, there we go. There we go. Found her. There you go. That's what you can play now. You want to play this cat girl over here? Yeah, you totally can play dwarf mixed with an Ardling. There we go. Made me wondering, why do I know this manga? Simply because it's a giant shitpost and I love it. It's a great fucking manga. It's terrible, but I love it. No, that's the full fucking name. It's a huge ass name. It's great. It's a shitty isekai. Not even an isekai manga. That's the worst part. Let's see. Elf created by the god Corellin. First elf could change their physical forms. Well, oh Jesus, they literally they stuck with that. Oh, cool. Wait, another Elven. Wait a fucking second. They changed that to Lolith being another Elven deity. That's her treachery and earned Corellin forgiveness, but that was Corellin had taken from the elves was lost forever. And the elves retreated to the Feywild with their sorrows deepened by the planes of influence. So over time, wandered to Luscious, led many of them explore planes of existence. Like, they're going, like, real big with D&D. Like, it's this whole thing. Magical, mystical take on characteristics of environments in which they are bonded. So elves have the mystic ability to take on the characteristics of the environment they are bonded. Drow to the Underdark, high elves to the Fey crossings of the material plane, and wood elves to the forest. And these connections grant elves certain kinds of magic. Okay. Elf traits. Dark vision, as God intended. Part of got supernatural abilities. Choose a lineage. Elven lineage. Which is Drow, High Elf, and Wood Elf, otherwise known as Special, Gay, and Furry. Everyone's going to be a furry. Again, it's one of those things, now that I know that everything can be intersected with it, the Ardlings are going to just be the horniest bastards ever. Like, if any hold the goal for an Ardling. Always remember that. Let's see, spells, yeah, that's pretty standard. Oh boy. Elves are good. Elves are really good. Neat. Not surprised, because they're elves. White hair, dusky skin tone. Typically dwell noteworthy two drow adventures of forgotten realms who shun their subterranean homeland. Some drow societies avoid the Underdark altogether. World of Eberron, for example, drow dwell in gloomy rainforests and cyclopean ruins on the continent of Zendrick. Then they're not part of the Underdark, are they, game? Game? Look at me. Why aren't you looking at me? Yeah, interesting they don't say drow are all fucking evil, even though they are fucking evil. Dwarf, big titty cat girl. Can you I will post the name later because it's a big ass fucking name. Yeah. Technically, yeah, drow aren't evil anymore. Remember that, everybody. Remember, drow aren't evil, they're misunderstood. Everyone's misunderstood. Gnomes are magical folk, created by the gods of hard work, invention, trickery, and life underground. Not a single person I know likes gnomes, I've learned. Yeah. Gnomes are petite folk with big eyes, pointed ears, and wistful imaginations, hidden tunnel. Yeah, no one likes gnomes. Dark vision, gnomish cunning. Yeah, that's pretty standard stuff. Who the fuck cares? Gnomish lineage. No, my god. Let's see, halfling traits, halfling nimbleness. Let's see, you can move through space with creatures that size larger than you. Again, halfling and Ardling is going to create an unholy abomination. There's going to be, oh my god, halfling and Ardling. Terra Online races. Playable races. I forgot what they were called. The Baraka, no, they were the, not the Ellen, those are the Potpourri. There we go. They were the Potpourri. Oh my god, everybody, I found a halfling Ardling in the wild. Yes! There we are. Still making the half elf, half dragon girl from Dark Souls. Yes. Yeah, no, you can now play the Potpourri. Yeah, we haven't reached that yet, Mingdro. Yeah, no, here's the Potpourri. You can totally play this because again, the Ardlings will fuck anything. So anything that you can conceivably put cat ears on is going to be an Ardling, half Ardling. Do they? Halflings don't have any of, I guess halflings don't have any of their, like, the two changes. Thought they had, yeah, I knew, they do have two. Orcs trace their creation to Groomish, the one-eyed god, an unstoppable warrior and powerful leader, and berserk crazy bastard who wants to kill everybody. He is literally insane. Groomish is a god of destruction. He is a horrifying individual of death. Yo, creation can help them thrive in the worlds beset by monsters. Even when they turn their devotion to other gods, Orc retain the gifts of the one-eyed god bestowed upon them. Might, endurance, determination, ability to see in the dark. Let's see. Gray skin, ears are small. Okay, so they're not green orcs at least. Young orcs are often told about their ancestors' ancient conflicts with elves in forests, dwarves under mountains, and invaders from evil planes of existence. Wonder when Groomish will call on them and match the heroic deeds of their ancestors. The adrenaline rush, dark vision, powerful build. Relentless. So they're pretty much just half orcs without the half in front of it. That's literally all it is. Let's see. King Obold Many Arrows of Toril, the world of the Forgotten Realm setting, is one such figure. Worlds such as Eberron. They keep talking about Eberron. No, everyone notice that? They keep talking about Eberron. Are they going to try to remake Eberron? I mean, cool. Eberron's a cool setting, but like, huh. Yeah, Groomish isn't evil anymore. Groomish is literally the god of death. Like, he is, like, every interpretation. Everyone had a 5e book? Did it? Yes, they did. You can see how much I paid attention to 5e stuff. Like, I just don't pay attention very much. Yeah, okay, so 2019. Yeah, it's been 3 years since Eberron came out, and I have no idea. I'd never even realized it. Are either born in the lower planes or have one of the more fiendish ancestors to originate. A tiefling, pronounced tiefling. Why is that there? Is linked to blood to a devil, a demon, a Yugloth, or some other fiend. This connection to the lower planes is, for better or worse, the tiefling's fiendish legacy. The promise of powers that to affect them. Tiefling shows whether to embrace or lament their fiendish legacy. The 3 legacies are Abyssal, Cathartic, Infernal. Let's see. Let me guess. They get a bunch of stuff. Dark Vision. They get Dark Vision. Resistance, poisons damage, necrotic damage, fire. Infernal would probably be the best because you're gonna run into fire damage far more often. Fun fact. And these are cantrips too, so you can just cast these all the fucking time. Yeah, prepare everybody for more tieflings. Because we love tieflings, everybody. They're the best. And they get thaumaturgy for free. Interesting. Yeah, so tieflings are just better wizards and sorcerers and everything. Awesome, cool, awesome. Neato burrito. Off my grip, never look back. The descendants will scatter across many worlds. Joins rank non-tieflings to fulfill fiendish incursions in many worlds, and earning the trust of those who might otherwise have mistaken them for fiends. Yeah. Tieflings throughout the multiverse enjoy widespread acceptance. Well, that's the thing that you need for these kind of things. You need to be the oppressed person. You need to be special without any of the disadvantages for being special. You're just normal, except you want to pretend to be specialish. So interestingly enough, you can choose to be a small tiefling. Neat. Also, don't forget. Now, here's a query for you, everybody. Here's a little bit of a query for you. If a tiefling is mixed with another race, what are they? Would they just be another tiefling, or could I take the other one? And does that in turn mean tiefling is by itself useless? I'll let you mull on that for a bit. Character backgrounds. This is the one. Let's see. Influence your current worldview. Reject your backgrounds. Oh, I actually just noticed you don't actually get any bonuses for these. So these are where your ability bonuses come in. So you just get ability score bonuses here. And a free feat. So wait, you get 2 feats effectively. So build your own using the build your own background rules, artisan, charlatan. So the backgrounds are more important this time around rather than just being like a single thing. Like you actually get a little bit here. Like, yeah, even though I can tell you this right now, people are going to know what they want to go and they're going to game the fuck out of this. They're going to game the fuck out of it. No, here's the thing. What's going to happen here is you're going to purposely design your character to do something very specific because you can build it everything. So it's like if for entertainer, if I'm playing a rogue, for example, I can just sub out all the dexterity and stuff. I'm just going to do like dexterity and like strength and then just make everything the way it has to be rather than how do I want to word this? Thematics are going to get immediately trumped by value. Remember that. Doesn't matter how thematically cool you are, if there is the option to have a bigger number, people are always going to choose it over something else. It's not like, okay, you know what, maybe I'm going to play a criminal tiefling, or maybe I'm going to play a criminal gnome. And like I kind of have to work with this. It's going to be, no, I want to play this, I want to play this, I want to get 2 dexterity, I want to get 1 strength. That's the optimal choice for me, and I want to get my skill proficiencies in these 2 things, I want to get my tool proficiencies in this, and I want to get this feat, this language. And like, it looks, yeah, like that's just what I want. What's your thematically? Number big. Yeah, interesting, like, again, like you can get like a random language here. This is really weird that you can get like a random language. Who uses the language rules? Be honest with me here. Which of you use the language rules? I don't think anyone does. Like, not insane, right? I think that's gonna be that's gonna be an odd thing to think about. Yeah, I mean, if languages were a bigger deal, I could see that being like, okay, that's kind of an interesting thing. But like, yeah, again, like honestly, Gladiator, people are gonna choose Gladiator, but just like throw performance out for something useful. Like that's just what's going to happen. Like, that's just the smart option. Yeah, so it's like a lot of these, like, I'm going to language goblin. Like, funny how soldiers can learn common sign language. Cool. You can learn common sign language, everybody. Like, here's the thing, and people were getting mad about it. People were just like, "Ooh, you know, it's sign." But it's like, you guys are looking at the forest. You're looking at a fucking tree, claiming it's the forest, and then having a stroke when you realize there's something more to it. This isn't an issue that they included sign language. This is an issue that sign language is a rule now in the game that means nothing. It would, like, I don't know, this feels weird to me, because, like, I don't know who, like, really uses the language rules at all, or, like, who uses tool proficiency. Like, who the fuck is going to use calligrapher supplies? Come on, who? Who uses hit dice with counting hit points? Yeah, it's shit like that, where it's like, it's one of those things, like, you're using things like hit dice, but, like, nobody really does that, but you're making, like, a very dedicated thing of being like, well, people do this. Like, really? Really? And, like, here's the thing. If language meant a lot, if things like sign language was a valuable tool, like, yeah, we know sign, like, I know sign language. We can communicate to one another silently. That's pretty fucking useful. Honestly, if we were all taking language, it'd be like, everybody take sign language. Well, why? Because if we have fucking free hands, we can do sign language to each other. We are dead silent now. We don't even fucking need to speak anymore. It's 5 fucking seconds and we can communicate fairly complex thoughts to each other. Like, yeah, that's useful, but it's like, not really being like, oh, we're the elves. We're gonna, like, and I'm harping on language a little bit here because there's I want to highlight something about this. We're doing things to make things more entertaining and more efficient. And why is this here? Is it like, I'm interested. Yeah, I'm like, here's all the standard languages, rare languages. Like, I could see I could see like rare languages being useful. Like, yeah, this is actually like something that could change the nature of a game. But like, who's going to use the language of halflings? Don't worry, guys. I took halfling. Bitch, we are an Eberron. Like, just end. That's the thing. Again, like, sign language, that's fine, because again, there's something useful there, but it's like, it's odd, and it's like, why? I would say, like, if you had to just to choose, like, you have a rare language. Like, you know how to speak something. You're a druid. You know how to speak druidic. You were raised by druids. You have this, or you could sub it out. That would be my thing. First level feats. Okay, so first level feats. These are our basic baby feats. Alert. So everyone's gonna pick alert. Just, guys, I hate to break it to you all here. Alert's amazing. You are always on the lookout for that. You roll initiative and add your proficiency bonus to the roll. That's already kind of bonkers, by the way, because your proficiency bonus is always growing. And then initiative swap, it's like, oh, hey, our fighter has shit initiative. I rolled like a 16. He rolled a 7. Yeah, congratulations, fighter. I'll swap with you. I'll go later because you're a brick shit house. Like, all right, cool. Crafter, tools proficiency, healer, lucky. Number of luck points. Okay, they kept luck points, everybody. Kept luck points. Battle medic. We have a cleric, so no one's gonna pick that thing. Magic initiative. Choose one spell with divine or primal. Yeah, those are new. Why like 4E? 2 cantrips. Like, this is pretty good. And these, some people get this for like fucking free. like magic initiate for free. So it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. Musician, practice musician, granting you the following benefits: instrument training, savage attacker. You're trained with particularly damaging strength. As part of an action, you can roll weapons damage twice. Like, I say this is a valuable thing. Like, your hit points increase by an amount equal to twice your character level. So 2. You get 2 additional HP. Isn't there a rule that says druids can't teach druidic? Yeah, we don't talk about that. Who knows? They might change that. Like, let's see. Yeah, because like if these are the basic rule, let's be generous and say there's gonna be some more. Already, I'm thinking like, alert's really good. Like, savage attacker's good. Magic initiate's pretty damn good because you just get it for some free spells, which can really augment you if you're like magic initiate and then going into like warlock because you have just more fucking options to play with, or you are going like magic initiate into even like fighter because you can just get some basic things right off the bat because there's nothing saying that like you have to have a prerequisite, but it's like, yeah, you learn 2 cantrips of your choice, which is like, cantrips don't require anything usually if you just do some utility ones. Like, everybody has light. Light is a useful spell, everybody. It will always be useful and never not be. Skilled. Use 3 skills you lack proficiency, you gain proficiency in those skills. 3 skills at first level. Jesus. Alright, so yeah, okay. These are some basic, creature types got kind of broken down into artisan tools. Arcane spells, pretty standard. Like, they changed the spells' natures a little bit. I thought that was kind of weird. D20 test. This was the thing people were laughing about a little bit. We will run on D20. The D20 test automatically fails regardless of any modifiers, and rolling a 20 is always a success. Rolling a 20 does not bypass the tests such as range and line of sight. The 20 bypasses only bonuses and penalties, regardless of any modifiers to the roll. Player character also gains inspiration. Critical hits have special features. Yeah, so it just adds a double whatever your dice is. Okay. Now this is a funny rule because like, well, let's do a quick G. No, it doesn't really say any of that. 2 captures from your choice from the spell list. You always have that spell prepared. You can cast it once. Intelligence, wisdom, or charisma is your spell casting ability for the spells. Choose when you select this feat. So you can play a cleric and then just choose to put it in your wisdom if you want, but it's any spell list. Wait, whenever you gain a new level, you can replace one of the spells you chose for this feat with a different spell of the same level from the chosen spell list. So yeah, like Magic Initiate pretty much gives you a little bit more utility. Yep. Wizards have int-based melee attacks. Funny how that works, isn't it? Little things. Always look at the Oh, gishes are pissies. Yeah, gishes. The gish is the final thing. See, what's going to happen now is a lot of... I assume a lot of people are going to go down on like Magic Initiate immediately because spells are very good. It's things like Musician. Like, no one's going to pick Musician. And that's why with the backgrounds, it's kind of interesting to me. Because it's like, oh, yeah, here's your cool background. People are not going to take fucking crafting. They're not guys, they're not going to take crafting. They're going to take alert. Because that's pretty good. If you want to play a ranger or something, yeah, alert's pretty good. You want to get a shit ton of spells, Magic Initiate, yeah. You get a free first level spell, and you get 2 cantrips on any character. So yeah, you can also take divine spells on a wizard, or primal spells on a wizard, or fucking arcane spells on a cleric. It's like, cool. Or savage attacker if you just want to go bonga bonga. Neat. I guess also, every monk will go Tavern Brawler. I hope you know this. Every single monk will go Tavern Brawler. You can deal bludgeoning equal to 1d4 plus your strength mod style. I mean, I wonder if that stacks at all with I wonder if that stacks at all. Because damage rerolls by itself is gonna be useful for the monk. Like, you hit a creature with unarmed, like, this is actually Tavern Brawler for a monk is pretty good because of all these things right down here. Like, damn it. Anytime you roll a 1 on any of your attacks, you get to re-roll it immediately. Unless monks get that already, but I don't think they do. You can shove them 5 feet away. You can do crowd control now with a monk by virtue of just punching people really hard. And then you can also use furniture at free. Just use furniture. So, become Jackie Chan. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, the 1s and 20s are interesting. Yeah, then again, Hexblade dips aren't mandatory now, so there's that. Yeah, rolling 1s and 20s are interesting. Because a lot of people, and this is one of, remember when I was talking about earlier being like the D&D quote-unquote nerds who are like, yeah, natty 20 and all that. I believe this is for them. This is for, hey, everybody, congratulations, you did it. You rolled a 20. I can tell you what's going to happen right now. This is going to be an immediate rule change for a lot of people, being like, no, you're not going to do it on skill checks. That's stupid. Or the TNs are going to be higher than you would think. I rolled Seduce the King, TN 40. Oh. Like, it's like they're going to control whether or not you can roll a 20. Trust me, GMs know their shit. They do not want you to roll a 20. You're not going to roll a 20. Yeah, so the divine spells, gaming sets, yeah. Grappled. Oh boy. Grappled. Oh boy. Let's see, incapacitated, no concentration, speechless, inspiration. Yeah, you can only never remember one instance inspiration. If someone gives you inspiration and you already have it, you can give inspiration to a player character in your group who lacks it. So you can only have 1 inspiration, so you can't like farm it or anything. So anytime you gain an award inspiration who's done something particular, heroic or amusing, when you start a long rest, you lose that inspiration. So interestingly enough, that means that if you have the one ability that gives you a free inspiration at the start, what that effectively means is like you can rest and immediately have inspiration. It only seems like you can have one, so you can't bank any inspiration. So that's kind of a good thing, I guess. Oh no, yeah. Benefits of rest. Regain all lost hit points, regain spent hit dice, up to half the creature's total number of them. Yeah, that sounds about right. Musical instrument, yay. Primal spells, yay. See, I'm hoping this actually gives Rangers a little bit more, because Rangers kind of are gimped permanently, and I like playing Rangers. Tremor Sense. Yeah, Tremor Sense, Unarmed Strike, okay. Bonus to hit with Unarmed Strike, equal to your strength modifier plus your proficiency bonus. Target takes bludgeoning damage, plus 1 strength modifier. Target is grappled. Or do you shove someone? These are just default? No, wait, what the fuck does Tavern Brawler do then? Okay, so you can combine the two. So if you succeed at an unarmed strike, that means you get to do any of these. So I guess monks get a lot more to do because you have that, but it's kind of weird. Basic spell, and then your basic spell lists. Like, let's see, I mean, cantrip spells. Jesus, look at all these arcane spells. Hello, everybody, I am a fighter. Chill touch, blade work, acid splash. Yeah, alright. Okay, it is this. Oh, Jesus. Very. Yeah. Let's see. Benefits of resting. Yeah, so let's see. When you are slowed, you experience falling effects. You must spend 1 extra foot of movement for every foot you move using your speed. That is that is the terribly worded. 1 extra foot of movement for every foot you move using your speed. What? All attack rolls have advantage. Dexterity saves affected. You may disadvantage this dexterity saving. So yeah, slowed is a condition now. Which is kind of telling me there's going to be things that inflict slow instead of anything. So yeah, that's the playtest documentation. What's really going on here, though? What's really going on here? Well, I can tell you this very, very confidently. I can tell you this is, we want to make some money. They damn well, they damn well know. They damn well know people are going to buy. They know people are going to want to invest in this because it's going to be the new thing. And people are going to want to hop on the new thing because hopping on the new thing is the right thing to do. Come on, it's the new thing. Everyone likes the new thing. You always have to hop on the new thing because the new thing is good. That's the problem. The new thing is the good thing, and we need to always be pushing forward. We can never look back. Wrong. We need to be new. We need to be exciting. We need to be One D&D. So what's my final verdict on the matter? Well, simply put, it's shit. We're fucked. We're fucked. I'm consuming. Yeah, no, it's am I confident of the convergence that everything's gonna work out? Am I like saying like, oh boy, we're gonna be gaming, everybody? It's the promised land. Everyone clap your hands. We're going back to the land of milk and honey. No, it ain't gonna happen. I'm not looking confident in this. Let's just say that I'm not confident. Because I think people are going to really adopt this, not necessarily out of like loyalty, but like it's the new thing, and I want to hop on the new thing before it's no longer cool. Yeah, I would best there's currently, again, there's 2 years of testing, and as Wuso has pointed out more than once, D&D Next was supposed to be a huge major thing. Next was going to be the thing that was going to be released, but then it stopped being released, and I have a strange feeling that there is going to be a situation where they're going to release it, and they're going to say, oh wow, look how amazing this new thing is, and then it's going to get slowly chipped away as they want to get as many people as physically possible on board. Because ultimately speaking, they don't give a shit about the game. The game has always been secondary. It's about where's my fucking money? Where's my fucking money? Where's my money? That's what it is. It's about the money. And if they had it their way, they'd charge you $5 for every race. But they can't do that. But so what they want to do is they want to build hype. They want to build excitement. Because if you really kind of look, when's the movie coming out? When's this coming out? Everything was coming out very close to one another, and like when the classes come out, I'm gonna make a silent I'm gonna make a wild guess here. When the classes come out, druids are going to be able to wild shape into monsters, and the example is going to be an owlbear. And I can tell you that right now, because you want to know how many people are going to be like, oh my goodness, I want to play the druid lady from the D&D Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Yay, I'm having fun. Like, yay. I'm like, oh no. Oh no, monsieur. Parlez-vous français? We are doomed. We are doomed. Doomed. I can hope. Maybe we'll come out on top. Maybe everything's gonna work. Maybe we're gonna be able to have a renaissance. We're gonna stride out there and really show the world what it means. But I'm not confident. I think people are going to buy it. I think people are going to play it. And it'll just be more D&D. It will remain the big man on campus. And the thing I'm more worried about, the thing I'm really worried about, is that these other companies are going to see what One D&D is doing and mimic it. Hey, do you want to play the new 2D20 game? Well, you should be subscribed to Modifius's 2D20 service. Hey, everybody, you want to play the brand new, you want to play the new thing over here? Make sure you subscribe. Oh, you want to play a new thing over here? Season pass, everybody. It's pretty much what I've been insulting Gilla about forever at this point. What I've been insulting him about, because he's normalized it. And it's like, no, this is not something normal. And if you, like, I've always said there needs to be a different way to monetize tabletop games, because the current model doesn't work. There isn't money in this industry. There never has been money, because D&D eats it all. And it's harder to, like, get it out there. Like, who's buying what? I mean, come the fuck on, everybody. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Oh, my friend, I don't think you quite understand. Loyalty and desperation breeds amazing things. Oh, come on. Don't you want to have that? Come on, it's exclusive. It's exclusive. You like our thing? Don't you want more? You want more World of Darkness stuff? You want more Savage Worlds content? FOMO. That's the whole thing. That's what a lot of these things are about. It's about FOMO. It's about the fear of missing out. And I think the power of humanity will suffice in a lot of things. Life does find a way, and there's a reason I can find obscure ass books seemingly out of nowhere and purchase them completely legally. Everybody. Wink. But, yeah, I think it's going to get harder. I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. That sucks. But, this is what we got to deal with. I'm tired. Thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad Add-on. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Godspeed. Good luck. I'll see you all tomorrow. We're going to be hopefully finishing up, that thing, Zombie Dark 30. That's the plan anyway. So, thank you all. Godspeed. Good luck. I'll see you all, later.